it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is my roundup review of all of the products that I tried last month. I love being able to sit down and giving you these recaps. It's a way for me to just be transparent. As always, I'm never trying to be braggy. I'm very grateful for any PR I receive or anything I'm able to buy myself. This is just a way for me to showcase what I have tried and give you my rounded up thoughts on everything. I have quite the pile here, some really great things, maybe a couple not so great things, but a really fun roundup of things that I'm excited to share with you. So we're gonna get into it. Before we do, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts by the time this video goes up. As far as my accessories today go, I just have like little Primark earrings, Amazon plugs, and a Suki blade necklace. So yeah, without further ado, I don't want to babble too much in this intro because I think this is gonna be rather long. Let's just dive into it and chat about all the products I tried last month in the month of October. Let's just start here. I technically bought this a couple months ago, but I started using it at the very beginning of October. I have been on my lash journey over the last few months. If you know, you know. I have naturally just very straight, short, stubborn lashes. Pretty much the only way to make my natural lashes look halfway decent was to curl them and then go in with a very like strong waterproof mascara. And even then they only looked like semi-okay. Well, rewind a bit. Probably close to 2 months ago, I started using the Swede lash serum that got sent to me. I talked about it last month. I felt like it did make a pretty big difference. I felt like I was able to start actually seeing my lashes look longer and fuller. That combined with using the Grande lash conditioner that I also talked about last month, I feel like just really helped improve the look of my natural lashes. And then when I started using the Grande heated lash curler that I also talked about last month, I feel like that has been a game changer to make my lashes just look really full. Well, I'd already purchased the Grande lash serum when I bought the heated lash curler and the lash conditioner, and I wasn't gonna use it just yet because I still had lash serum from Swede Beauty. And I was kind of nervous to get into this one because after I bought it, I was hearing people basically have hit or miss reviews with this. People either loved it and it literally changed their life, or they had negative side effects. Unfortunately, there is an ingredient in this that does not agree with everyone. It can cause just adverse reactions. I'm not going to tell you to use it or not to use it. Do your own research, do what you think is best. I ultimately ended up deciding to start using it once I ran out of the Swede lash serum. So I've been using this. It's just like in a tube on a little brush. You just do a swipe across the base of your lashes every night. I've been using this since the beginning of October. Thankfully for me, I haven't had any adverse reactions. If anything, I've just only noticed my lashes get longer and even more full. And I feel like for me, my natural lashes are like fuller and fluffier and longer than they've ever looked before. It's insane. Like I feel like I can see such a difference. I feel just so much better about my lashes. I know like that's such a trivial little thing, but it's meant a lot to me. So for me personally, after a month of using this, I haven't noticed anything negative. So again, because some people have adverse reactions to this, I'm not gonna say buy it. I'm not gonna say don't buy it. Do your own research. I ended up just deciding to basically risk it. And if I noticed anything, I was gonna stop using it immediately, but so far it has been smooth sailing and I'm very happy that I ended up trying this. Moving on, Alter Ego came out with the Mist Haven palette. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Pretty Grunge from Huda Beauty. They do reorganize their shadows a bit, so their dupes aren't like exact same layout, just same color story, just rearranged a different way. But this is the palette we have, their newest release. We have a mixture of mattes, really pretty like glossy looking shimmers. Like they're not wet, but they just give a very glossy appearance on the lid. And then we do have a creamy shade here, which I don't normally need or want a cream texture in a palette, and especially in their Natasha Denona dupes, I cannot stand their cream to matte formula. I know I've ranted about this 1,000 times, but I'm never gonna stop. This one does seem much different. It's much more of a pigmented, almost cream liner consistency, and I'm somebody who tends to do like winged looks that I will layer shadow on top of. So honestly, it being in this palette doesn't really bother me too much because if anything, it just encourages me to do like a very dramatic wingy look and then I'll layer shadows on top of it and it's very cool, very structured. I am actually pretty impressed with this one. I'm not so much of a neutral girl, but I do like these cool tones. I like these marbled glossy shimmers. I think it's pretty. Is it something I'm gonna use all the time? Probably not, but I am just happy with it overall. I think it's cute. I think it performs well. If you're into this color story and want an affordable option, I think you'd probably enjoy this. By the way, I have videos with pretty much every single thing I'm gonna talk about today. You can check my channel, you can check my Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all that good stuff. I will also have all of these products that I talked about linked down below, as well as any discount codes if I have any. Moving on, Freck sent me their new setting spray, the Face Hack Setting Spray. I've really enjoyed this. I really like the mist that comes off of this. It's very fine. It's very refreshing. I've really enjoyed this. I personally don't use setting spray in the sense of like, I think it makes my makeup last longer. I don't really believe in that. I use setting spray because it helps everything settle into the skin really nicely, make everything just look finished. It just creates a nice like last step to make your base look really smooth. I just love it. This one's been really great. I like the mist. I feel like I have liked the way my makeup has looked after I've used it. So far so good with this one. I've enjoyed it. Lawless came out with 2 liners. We have a black and a brown, Caviar and Cocoa. They are like brush pen style liners. So they just act like a pen. They're not a felt tip. They're more of a brush tip. I like them. They're not the most like ultra opaque pigmented like black and brown I've ever used, but I actually did need a new brown in my collection, so I'm happy to have Cocoa. Caviar, the black one, is just fine. I feel like I've used other liners that are just blacker, so I prefer that. I like a very like opaque, dramatic in your face look if I'm gonna use a liner, but these are nice. I do like the application. I feel like they apply really nicely. I don't get any tugging. I feel like I can get very ultra fine with the wing tip with these because the brush tip is so teensy tiny at the tip. I like them. I like them. The black, again, could be blacker in my opinion. I feel like it could be just more dark and opaque and intense, but for the most part, I do think these perform nicely. I feel like they wear well. I've had issues sometimes with certain pen liners where I'll do one wing and then it's like it's dried out and I have to like really force the product back into the tip before I go in on the other eye, and I don't have that issue with these. So other than me just like wishing the black was a little bit darker, I'm pretty happy with these. Fantasy Cosmetica came out with their newest palette, the Harvest of Souls, and the more I have used this palette, the more I have loved it. I feel like every time I look at it, I fall more in love with it. I think this is so pretty. I feel like, especially if you've never tried the brand before, this could potentially be a great first palette because you get such a good variety from them. It's so grungy and jewel toned. These shimmers are some of their best shimmers they've ever done. I love the richness. It's just so yummy. I also just aesthetically love the way this is laid out. Like you could do really simple foreshadow looks by looking at the different columns and rows or even the little quads. It is so cute. I'm really into this one. I love their formulas. I think the mattes are so just buttery and blendable, and the shimmers are so shifty and dimensional on the lid. And again, especially in here, I feel like these shimmers are on another level. They are so good. I'm really impressed with this one. Menagerie sent over their 5 newest liquid lipsticks for fall, and they also sent me a few toppers that I didn't have in my collection yet. These lip shades are so cool. I did do a lip swatch video in like short form for like shorts and reels and stuff like that, so if you want to see all of these on, you can go check that out. I think these are all so cool, very funky, unique shades, and I love them. The shades are Love Bite, Mother Earth, Nightshade, Scarecrow, and Valdivian. These are just so pretty. I really enjoy Menagerie's liquid lip formula. I feel like it applies beautifully, and they do dry down, but it's more of like a velvet matte, so it's a little bit more of a comfy matte where they don't slide around or anything, but they don't suck the life out of my lips either. I feel like it's a good happy medium. My favorite shade in particular is Mother Earth, just the darkest brown where it almost looks black, but it's still brown. It is beautiful, and everyone looks good in a brown lip. I will say that forever. So these are super fun shades. I think they're really cool. And then my 5 new Moonlit Metal toppers. I love their toppers. I have so many of them. I think they're very cool. My favorite way to use them is just like on my eye for a very sparkly liquid shadow moment, but you can also put these on your lips as well if you want like a sparkly metallic effect. The shades are Atlas Moth, Ibis, Lovebird, Pineapple Conure, and Willow. Just so many fun, sparkly, shifty shades. Atlas Moth is probably my favorite out of these, but They're all so pretty. I've reached for these multiple times and I think they are so, so cool. And I'm happy to add these to my collection. I visited Linda Glitter Fallout earlier in the month of October and she gave me a couple goodies. One being this melt pencil in the shade Familia. I don't think this is available anymore. This was from the I think Mariposa collection forever ago, but she had an extra one that was unused. So I snagged it from her. It's just a really pretty purple. It's cute. Again, I don't even think this exists anymore, but I'm happy to have it in my collection. It's funny though, because when I first used this, and Linda told me the same thing happened to her when she first used this, it was almost like there was a dusty layer over it. So you have to almost work it a few times on your hand before you go in, and then it's very pigmented purple. It's beautiful, it's creamy, it's lovely. But it's funny because my other melt pencils that I've purchased recently didn't have that dusty effect. So I don't know what was going on with this, but Linda said the same thing happened to her with her original one as well. So just weird side note, but it doesn't matter. Also, she went to the most recent Creators and Friends event at the end of September, and Physicians Formula was one of the brands that was a part of it, and she had doubles of some of the products that she got, so she gifted them to me, and I'm very excited about it. First being the Butter Glow Liquid Highlighter. I love this so much. I've been mixing it in with my foundation. That's what I did today. I'll use it as a liquid highlighter. I'll mix it with blushes. I just love this. I'm so incredibly picky when it comes to liquid and cream highlighters. I just feel like they're either too subtle or they move your makeup around or it just feels pointless. This is just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. It makes your skin look so lovely, so glowing and gleaming. It is just a treat. I love using this. I also have the Butter Glow bronzer blush kind of situation. It's kind of like a bronzer blush highlighter situation. There's a little brush in here, but as you can see, I haven't even opened it because that's just not the brush I want to use. But I will just top this over top of my cheeks when I'm done with my blush bronzer situation. I did that today. I applied a red blush and then I just kind of dusted this over the top. I did wear another highlighter as well, but I feel just the combination of just dusting this on amongst my other products, it just adds a beautiful, glowy loveliness. I feel like it makes everything look so smooth and so pretty. So this has been what I've enjoyed reaching for, because it's kind of do I want more of a glowy bronzer, a glowy blush, a glowy highlight? All of it. It's kind of an all for one. It's great. And I have the Butter Bronze Mascara. It's nice. I feel like it makes my lashes look good. I just feel like it kind of looks bronzy here, right? But when I apply it on my lashes, it just kind of looks like a really dark brown. It's not anything crazy. It's not super golden bronzy, which I would have expected, which I don't even know if I would have liked that more necessarily, but it's fine. This isn't one that I'm this is amazing. It was fine. I used it. I don't really have any complaints, but it just kind of is. I made a purchase at Ulta recently for some new shades of the NYX Butter Gloss Blings, which is one of my favorite gloss formulas of all time, and a couple new lip pencils from the Colourpop So Juicy line, because I really like those lip pencils as well. I guess we can talk about the pencils first. I tried a few of these a couple months ago and I really enjoyed them, so I really wanted to pick up some new shades. The new shades that I grabbed are ETA and Group Chat, just pinky brownie shades. They're very pretty. They're supposed to be plumping. I personally don't really notice a plumping effect from the pencils themselves, but they're very creamy. They are so creamy emollient. They glide onto the lips and then you can use your finger to blend them out. It is such a treat to use these. I love them. I feel like they stay put really well too once they're actually applied and blended out. I reach for this formula all the time, so I'm really happy to have some new shades. And then 3 more Butter Gloss Blings. I'm so happy to have more shades. Eventually I will have them all. I just love this formula. It's so lightweight and comfy and slippy glidey, and then so sparkly, but not a chunky glitter that you can feel. These are just beautiful. I already have I think 4 shades-ish, and now I have more, so I'm very happy to have these. The shades I added to my collection are Pay Me in Gold, Pricey, and Shimmer Down, very much warm glosses. I feel like these add some difference from the other ones that I already own, so we have just kind of a more golden neutral and then more of a soft orange and then an in-your-face orange, and I'm really excited about these. I think they're so cool. Next up, Diev Rune came out with a new collection. It was a Frandoween collection between the owner, M. Jones on Instagram, and Basket Case Beauty on Instagram. They both each did a palette, some liners, some singles. I have both palettes and 3 of the singles, and I'm very excited about them. I just threw the singles in this little palette temporarily, but they're so pretty, just shifty, jewel-toned yumminess. I love the blue specifically. Is so good. It's so pretty. The shades are Alchemy, Frandoween, and Transmutation. Just shifty magic. So pretty. I'm happy to have these in my collection. I just Love the effect. I love this weird like iridescent marbled one. It's so, so cool. And then we have the two palettes. I feel like they stand on their own so well, but they also could like mix and match beautifully. I'm very excited about them. The Witch of the Wildflower is just a yummy, colorful, garden-esque sort of palette. I feel like it's also like pseudo Beetlejuice a little bit. Really pretty glossy gleaming shimmers, really nice mattes. I feel like they've definitely stepped up their formula as time has gone on, and this is a really, really fun one. I've really enjoyed it. And then the Warlock of the Wood is just like a really nice like woodsy palette. Like it definitely suits the name really well. I like these soft, cool tones. Love the pops of these like dusty blue, teal, the emerald green. It is so pretty. I really like this one. As someone who doesn't reach for neutrals very often, this is a neutrals with a twist palette that I can really get behind. I just really appreciate the way these tones play together. It's a fun one. Lethal Cosmetics recently expanded their Avatar collection a little bit with a new glitter gel and a fan brush. Fan brush is nice. I'm not someone who reaches for like a bigger fan brush like this very often, but I have used it a couple times for my cheek highlight like I did today, and I really like the way it applied. I think it's nice. It's very soft, very fluffy, like kind of floppy. It works really well for dispersing that product. And then the Yui glitter gel. This is so pretty. It's like teensy tiny little sparkles. I feel like most of the glitter gels I've tried are very like thicker, chunkier glitters, which is cool and all, but this one's a lot more like fine little twinkles. It's so pretty. I love using the glitter gels as like little accents in the inner corner or on the lower lash line especially. I'll do little bits of it across my lid, but I try not to go super heavy-handed with it because if you use too much, you do run the risk of like it feeling sticky. But if you use a light layer, I feel like it's totally fine personally. I've layered glitter gels like on winged liners and it's super fun. But yeah, the shade is really, really pretty. I like the colors. I like the sparkle. Happy to add this in my collection. Blend Bunny collaborated with Robert Welsh and came out with the Divination collection, and it is so pretty. We have glosses, lashes, and a palette, and it's all so fun. I adore Robert, and I'm so excited about this collaboration. We have the Divination lashes, which I've obviously used the small ones. I think they're very cute. I haven't dived into the big ones yet, just because I've very much been on my mascara journey and my natural lash exploration, if you will. So I haven't really felt the need to dive into the big ones yet, but they are really pretty. I like the quality. I've used Blend Bunny lashes before, and I really, really like these shapes. I like this set specifically because it's like kind of like a smaller half lash and then a full lash, or you could stack them if you wanted a very dramatic look. So these are super fun. I feel like very fitting for the collection. We have the two glosses. We have Betrayal and Good Fortune, more of like a sparkly purple, and then a very soft kind of whisper of a green. Like it doesn't look like slime green on your lips. It's very much just a whisper of a green hue. These are very cool. The wand on these is super interesting. It's like definitely taken me some getting used to, but I do kind of like it. It's just like a little like plastic paddle almost, but it applies really smooth and it's really nice. But these are super fun. They smell lovely. They smell like Halloween candy, and it's so, so good. They smell like gummies. I really like these, and they suit the palette so well. And of course we have the actual Divination palette. So pretty, very like magical witchy tarot card-esque, and it's so cool. I love blue, green, purple together. I love all these different shimmers. Their shimmers just keep getting better and better. These are so ultra sparkly on the lids without them being like a glitter. I love the tones. I love the pastel meets grunge. I think this is so pretty. Such a fun take on a Blend Bunny palette. I love seeing what these collaborators have been doing with Blend Bunny. This is so cool, and I just cannot get enough of these shimmers. They're like on another level. I love so much. This palette makes me really happy. It's a lot of the tones that I enjoy. Even the neutrals, where I'm not a big neutral person. Again, I'm a broken record, but I do really like the tones of these browns. They're a little bit more of like a rosy brown. They're very cool. And the shimmers specifically have really pretty multicolored sparkles. I really, really like it. Moving on, Smashbox recently came out with these like Flash FX lipsticks. They're kind of like soft metallic. They're not like so in your face metallic that they are like blindingly metallic. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're just like a softer metallic. So they sent me 4 shades. I don't know if there are more than 4 shades, but they sent me 4 shades, and then they sent me 4 lip pencils that I think already exist. The lip pencils are the shades Cranberry, Deep Mauve, Medium Brown, and True Red, just various like browny, mauve-y, reddish sort of tones. I'm actually wearing Deep Mauve right now with a different gloss, but I've reached for these a lot. Specifically Deep Mauve and Medium Brown I've reached for a ton. I think the formula is very creamy. It stays put really, really well. I'm I'm really impressed with these, and I'm always happy to add new lip pencils to my collection. I feel like it's just something I have to do every time I do my makeup, which is so funny because past Betty Jean was so anti-lip pencil. Do you remember? Who's been here that long? I was anti-lip pencil. It wasn't even that I just didn't use them. I hated them. I thought they were pointless, and now I like can't imagine not using a lip pencil. Like that's baffling to me. We have the Flash FX lipstick shades. The colors are Firecracker, Heated, Reckless, and Explosive. I think these are really fun. They're all mostly various shades of like pinkish, reddish, plumish, but they're very cool. And again, I really enjoy the like soft metallic that they are. Like they just give a little bit of a gleam, a little bit of interest. And I feel like especially when you pair these with like a darker lip pencil, they look very, very cool and can be a little more muted. Like if you paired like a darker brown with one of these, it kind of mutes it down a little bit more, which is very, very pretty. Ensley Reign came out with their Nutty by Nature palette. They're gonna start doing this series of like 6-pan palettes for a while. I think every single month. I think they'd said one a month for the next 9 months, and if it goes well, potentially a year, but this is their first one. It's a cutie little 6-pan, definitely kind of a neutrals with a twist sort of vibe. I do like that you can kind of go a little bit more cool toned or warm toned depending on like which transition-y shades you're using with your blend. I like the 2 multi-chromes. They're very shifty and pretty. I'm excited about this, and I'm excited to see what other color stories they come out with down the road, but this is their first one. I feel like especially if you are new to the brand and you want to try them and you don't really want to like necessarily spend the money on their bigger palettes, you could start with one of their smaller ones. So even if it's not this one, it could be one of the ones down the road. Oh, Velour. They sent me these Lazy Gal lashes, which are a cool concept. And I feel like for the right person, these are fantastic. Basically, these have a self-adhesive to them. So you do not need any glue. I tested these out, I think in the Get Ready With Me that I played with the Ensley Reign palette actually. But you don't need any glue. You just take your little lash applicator or tweezers or whatever. You grab whatever clusters you want one at a time. And you're also supposed to apply these right underneath your lash. They blend in even more and just give a little bit more thickness and fullness. And past Betty Jean might have really liked these, but since I've been on my like lash era with embracing my natural lashes, I just feel like these barely show up. Like they might give a little bit of something, but my natural lashes are longer and kind of thicker than these, so they don't really give a whole lot. And I also feel like I don't see them when I wear them, but I'm just kind of aware of them. Like I can just kind of tell that they're there. So they're not uncomfy, and they wore pretty well all day. I've only tried these once so far. I'll be honest, I just didn't really feel compelled to use these again. I just don't really think these are perfect for me. I feel like for somebody else maybe, but they're just like not my kind of lash. Unearthly came out with 3 cream blushes. These are so pretty. These are the Paranormal Plush blushes. The shades are Blood Moon, Burnt Rose, and Wicked Blossom. I'm wearing, I want to say Blood Moon today. Yeah, this red. And as you can see, it doesn't even have to be as intense as the pan. I used a very small amount and blended it out very softly. These are very much a like, applies like a cream, but then they kind of blur similar to a powder, like a very blurred powder sort of look. These are beautiful. I've used these multiple times at this point. I love the way they apply. I love the way they wear. I love the way they pair together. Like I paired Wilted Blossom and Burnt Rose together yesterday and I thought they were beautiful. And I really hope they expand the shade range one day because this formula is great and I would love to see even more colors, but these starter ones are amazing. Next up, Jolie Beauty sent me a good chunk of their new Spellbound collection. I'm pretty sure the full collection's even bigger than what I have, and I have quite a few products from it. But this was their Halloween collection, kind of a witchy spellcaster sort of collection. It's very cool. Let's see, let's start face. We have the highlighter palette, the Moonchild highlighter palette. This is so pretty. These have the prettiest shifts and like, not like in your face glitter, but like glimmer to them. Really pretty shifts though, like more of a transparent base. And then when the light hits the highlighter just right, you get like a splash of color. We have like blue, purple, green, like a red, a yellow. These are super, super fun. I love this. This is my favorite part of the collection. For eyes, I have these 3 multi-chrome liquid shadows. The shades are Bewitching, Hubble Bubble, and Malevolent. I think I've used all 3 of these at this point. I've at least used these 2. I think they're pretty. They have a nice kind of multi-chrome effect. More of a cream finish though. Like, I feel like when I personally use a liquid shadow, I kind of prefer more of like a glitzy twinkle. And it's not that these aren't sparkly, but they're just more of like just smooth, multi-chrome look, whereas I would like a little bit more of a shifty, sparkly multi-chrome look. These aren't bad though, and I feel like they applied really nicely, very opaque. They blended out the way I needed them to. I think these are cute. I don't know if they're like my #1 favorite liquid shadow I've ever used, but they're nice. They were fun. I also have these 2 glitter gels that I'm really into. I think these are so pretty. The shades are Moonbeam and Twilight, and they are just gorgeous. Very pretty, like iridescent glitter vibe. I think these are so cool. They apply so nicely. I love the shift and effect this glitter gives. They are so pretty, and a little bit more of like a flaky glitter than like a glitter, if that makes sense. They're very cool. The palette, the Spellbound palette, I was definitely interested in trying this because I feel like there's things about their palettes that I've liked, but there's also things that I haven't liked. And one of my problems with previous palettes I've tried from them is that, yeah, there will be some really pretty shifty shimmers, but a lot of the shimmers in their palettes tend to be very subtle satins, which I just don't prefer. I like an in-your-face shimmer. I want it to like shift or sparkle or just look really bold and metallic. And this palette actually came through with that. There are none of those weak satiny shimmers. Everything has a really pretty shift or effect or metallic nature. They are so pretty. There are some traditional pressed glitters in here as well, which isn't like my go-to thing, but I don't hate it the way I used to years ago. But this is beautiful. Again, I'm a sucker for like a green, purple, blue sort of color story. I think this is stunning. Definitely the first palette I've tried from them that I'm like, oh, I love this. Like I love this. I like the Till Death palette. It's very pretty, but again, there's just a couple of like the shimmers that I'm not a huge fan of. And I tried one of their other palettes a couple years ago, but it was just like only satin shimmers as far as the shimmers go, in like 1 or 2 special shades. So that one just didn't appeal to me. This appeals to me. It's a little larger than I prefer a palette to be, but I think it was really well done. I think it's beautiful. I love these different colors. I think this one's great. There were also some lip products in this collection. First being the liquid lipstick in the shade Spellbound. I don't like this. I wore it in, I think, my reel and YouTube shorts that I played with the Spellbound palette. I paired this with it. It's really pretty. It's like a dark, intense metallic purple. It's very fun, very witchy vibes. It's just very uncomfortable. It just like immediately your lips feel so dry, like so uncomfortable. I could not wear this long term personally. It just like felt bad. So I didn't really want to keep it on my lips. So unfortunately this one is not for me. This multi-chrome gloss in the shade Love Potion is so pretty. It is like smooth in texture. It has a really pretty flash of color through it. It is so pretty. I've really enjoyed wearing this one. I love pairing this with like a darker lip pencil. Even if it's just like a darker mauve or something, I think it's really pretty. This is good. This is great. This is a wonderful lip product. And then the 2 holographic glosses. So I like a sparkly gloss. I love a glitzy, glimmery gloss. I think it's so pretty. What I don't like is when I can feel the glitter. That's not what I want. I don't want to feel grittiness on my lips. I need it to be smooth or else I hate it. And unfortunately, these just feel glittery. I can feel the flecks of glitter. I feel like even in the B-roll swatches that I put up, you can see the glitter. These are the shades Summoning and Whimsical, and I think they look pretty, but unfortunately it's just too gritty for me. Don't really like it. And finally, last but not least, we are finally here. I got sent the Colourpop and Frosty the Snowman collection, which I'm so happy that I got because I love this like franchise. I grew up watching this cartoon. I still to this day watch it every single year. I don't care how old I ever get. I will watch this every single year. It brings me so much joy. It's so cute, so wholesome, and I'm very much in the Christmas spirits. Obviously, I love Halloween with my whole soul, but I also love Christmas with my whole soul. I just love this time of year. I'm so happy we are in November, getting into all the holiday shenanigans. It's gonna be great. And I'm just so happy that I got this collection. If they didn't send it to me, I was gonna like give it a few days to see if it arrived late. And if not, I was probably gonna buy some pieces myself because it's just so cute. First is the Snowman Sponge. Like, are you kidding me? I haven't used this just because I kind of want to keep it preserved and just keep it cute. I feel like anytime I get a cute sponge, I don't want to actually use it. I just want to look at it. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. This is decor. It's actually gonna live here next to my deer. Come on, that's so cute. He's meant to be there. But with that sponge, if you wet it, it will turn light blue. It's very cute, but for me, it's decor. Happy to have it. Let's see, face. We have 2 highlighters. I love their Super Shock highlighters. These are so cute. We have the shades Icicle Spree and Winter Wonderland. I'm wearing Winter Wonderland today, just like a really pretty pearly white Love it. It gleams, it glows. It's so, so pretty. And then Icicle Spree is a really pretty, more pinky shift. I love these. I think these are so pretty and I'm happy to have them. Let's see, let's do lips next because there's a lot of lips. There's a lip mask and lip scrub duo. These are so nice. I've been wearing these every morning the last couple mornings. Oh, they're candy cane scented. This is the scrub and they have little bits of sparkle in them, which is more so just for fun. Because I mean, it's just a scrub and a mask. Like you're not really wearing these like as a lip product, but there's really subtle sparkle in it, which just makes it very cute. It feels very winter. And the packaging on these is so cute. And like, I'm not someone who like freaks out over pop culture collabs anymore. I feel like they've been done again and again and again and again over the years, but this one makes me happy. I'm into it. We have this little Chill Out So Juicy Plumping Gloss Bomb Trio. I'm wearing one today. I actually just filmed a little lip swatch with all three of these if you want to check it out. The shades in here are all melted, feeling like frosty and frozen. I think I'm wearing all melted right now. The darker one paired with that Smashbox lip liner I mentioned earlier. These are nice. I feel like this particular lip formula, I don't dislike it. I have nothing bad to say about it. I love the way it looks. I love the effect of it. I feel like maybe it's just the application because you like click the little pen and then it comes out and then you rub it on. I don't know. I feel kind of neutral about this formula. These colors are very cute. Formula, while I don't think it's bad, it's just one that I don't think about using. I don't go out of my way to reach for it. So I like this for what it is in this collaboration, but I don't know if this is like my go-to lip set. We also have two little lip kits right here, obviously more of a reddish, although I consider this more of a dark pink than a red, and then a neutral. We have the Snow Much Fun and Happy Jolly Fun. Very cute, kind of a lipstick lip pencil duo. Classic shades. I feel like they're cute for what they are. These are nothing wild and crazy, nothing new. We've seen these before, but they are cute little kits if you're looking for something like this. I feel like these would also be great like stocking stuffers, especially with the theme, you know. Moving on to eyes, we have a Jelly Much Shadow Duo. I think these come together as a duo. The shades are Freezin' and Made of Snow. I'm actually wearing a little bit of Freezin' underneath my lower lash line just for a little pop of twinkle. I mean, I have a lot of blue eyeliner down there as well, but like the twinkliness down here, that's from the Jelly Much Shadow. These are fun. I feel like the Jelly Much Shadows are something that I really enjoy. I enjoy the texture. I enjoy the application. I enjoy the way they look, but I do forget to use these all the time. So I need to just make it a mental note to actually use my Jelly Much Shadows more because I think they're very fun. And these colors in particular are very cutesy, like winter wonderland. It's very fun. And last but not least, of course, we have the Frosty the Snowman palette. I'm wearing it today. It is a winter dream. I love cool tones. I love the sparkle. I love the shimmer. And I feel like pictures do not do this one justice. Like when I first saw pictures of it, I was like, it's a little subtle and muted. But when you see it in person, there is so much shifty sparkle happening everywhere. I feel like it's so much more dimensional than I expected it to be. It is gorgeous. There are some like more pressed glittery type shades in here, but everything is so good. I'm really into this. I love these kinds of tones once we're getting into like the holiday and winter season. I think this is a literal winter wonderland. I feel like this is so cute. I love it. I love it a lot. I really enjoyed creating the look I did today. I think the sparkle is so good. This is a fun one. I'm really into it. We did it! We made it through. I've been talking for 500 years. I hope you liked this video. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do any of these products appeal to you? Do you want any? Do you already have any? Have you tried anything recently that you're loving? Have you rediscovered anything that's in your collection already that you're loving? I would love to know. If you made it to the end of this video, you know, why don't you leave some blue emojis? The blue from that collection is just sticking with me, so leave some blue emojis. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. Also, if you want to, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here, and you can subscribe to my second channel. It'll be in my description box for you if you want some additional content. Also, if you would like, you can join my channel memberships. That will also be linked down below. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.